Hi everyone, Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com. It is Tuesday, April 16, 2019, here with your free live show. We're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, you can always get our best bets over at SportsChatExperts.com, as well as picksandparlays.net. Got 3 NBA games tonight. We got Major League Baseball going on tonight, a full schedule. We haven't seen too many full schedules in Major League Baseball. It's pretty weird because even on Fridays we're not having full schedules so far. So we have one today, and hopefully we're able to take advantage of it. I lost both NBA games last night. I had hit every NBA game heading into last night. I lost them both. And then in baseball, I got lucky to go 3-2. Normally I say, it's like you win some, you lose some on these lucky ones. Well, on the ones where you get the break. But I'll tell you what, I got lucky. I had the White Sox, and they hit the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th. And then I also got the extra innings win with the Mets against the overrated Phillies, which you guys know I've been fading like no one's business. It's early season baseball still, and we got crazy lines out there. I have to say my show picks the last 2 days have been absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. So we're due for a heater here on the show, and the premium picks, I know two of the baseball winners were in the plus. So let's see if we can get the premium winners, premium people on some winners here. Let's see if we can get the plus people on some winners. Let's see if we can get some live show winners. Let's get back to winning, and we'll let other people talk about the other stuff, right? It's like, I don't know, man. Maybe I've lost track. But anyway, someone asked yesterday about Sam, and I forgot to mention it. So Sam had like a bump on his chest, and I noticed it. I was petting him. He rolls over like this, right? And I rub his belly, and I noticed he had just a small bump. And I took him to the doctor about a month ago, and they ran a test on the bump, and they said it was nothing. And then we took him in to have the bump removed because they're afraid, it's still going to grow. So I took him in to have it removed, and, they did like some kind of big surgery. I pick him up, and he's got like 10 stitches all the way down his chest. It's like, man, this is not like a little fatty tumor, right? So, we spoke to the vet afterwards, and they said, yeah, this was not like a fatty tumor. There was something else going on there, so we wanted to send it to the lab. But we got all the lab results in yesterday. It was just a fatty tumor. It was just inflamed because Sam, I don't know, he acts like an idiot sometimes, and, that's what we love about him. It's like goes down to the beach, and he doesn't just, gently walk into the water. He waits for, like, the big waves to come up, and he, boom, plants into it. We'll have to do a live video with Sam at the beach when his welcome back to the beach on, I believe, Monday. He'll be able to go back in the water. So maybe we'll do a live show down at the beach on Monday, and you guys will see Sam when he goes back into the water, and he kind of just loves to dive into the big waves. But anyways, love to dive into some big winners. My picks have been absolutely terrible. I'm the first one, so you guys don't have to beat me up about it. I'm beating myself up. I don't sit here and, go through the Facebook group and say how lousy your guys' picks are. I mean, some of them are just horrific. You guys jump on like these minus 300 favorites and stuff and worse. So it happens, It's like, look at my record in the premium picks over the last month or whatever. I hate even having to say that. Stupid. But, anyways, Familia, and the Mets. Oh my God. How does this guy have a job? How does he have a job? I mean, he stinks. The guy who actually surprised me yesterday, who I thought had killed me yesterday, who I thought was going to kill me, but didn't do it, was Colome on the White Sox. And, I thought for sure, normally this guy, when he was on the Rays, he was the death wish, right? I mean, he was just absolutely terrible. But last night on the White Sox, he got it done. And I'll tell you, the Mets, that closer, Diaz, with the 3 strikeouts, Bryce Harper, all the big guys, right? Rice, whatever his name is, Reese, whatever. He got smoked. And Realmuto all struck out to end the game last night. And, I mean, they weren't even close. Bryce Harper was the most pathetic of all of them, of course. And that's what you get for $4,000 in that bat these days. But anyways, we got a bunch of free picks. We got a lot of action going on today. And we're going to try and get off the garbage, man. I got to say, the last 2 days, my picks on this show have been absolute stinkers. So let's see if we can get on the winners on the show, get back to doing what we do. And that is winning a lot of games. So David N says that Mitch doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay. It's like we get it all the time. Oh, man. Idiot. I hate having to do this stuff. But anyways, let's get to some free picks. Let's head to Major League Baseball. The Yankees-Red Sox line has flip-flopped. I have a premium pick on that game. But let's look at the Marlins against the Cubs. The Marlins got off to a horrible start in that game yesterday against the Cubs, allowed 3 runs in the first. They had a chance to get back at them in the bottom and didn't get anything, and they never really recovered from that. It was kind of just the whole game at that point just kind of plodded right along. We know Jose Quintana, he garbage, right? I mean, the Cubs were absolutely just raped in that trade with the White Sox. But we got 2 pitchers giving up runs in bunches, and I like the over in the Marlins-Reds game. It's at 7.5. Marlins-Cubs, excuse me. Maybe that's why we're losing so many picks on this show recently. I'm picking teams that aren't even playing each other. But actually, the Marlins are playing the Cubs, and I like the over in that game. I just think both these teams can hit. Neither of these guys can pitch. Oh, I don't care, man. It's like... It's, the haters, they're going to hate, and, they always will. It's like, I the other day on the show, I went 7-1, and I even posted in the Facebook group. I'm like, can someone hammer me for picking the under in this game? Because, I might as well, because there's always that one person. It's like, I give out, how many free picks a year, 10 a day times, 356. I'm not a mathematician, but it's like 30,000 picks a year, right? So I'm going to lose, 40% of those if I'm really, really good. I'm going to lose 40%. If I'm good, I'm going to lose even more than that. And if I'm okay, I'm going to lose even more than that. And if I'm bad, I'm going to lose even more than that. And just gives a lot of chances for people to take pot shots at me. So don't really care. It is what it is. My best bets are always over at Sports Chat Experts and SportsChatPlace.com. Premium Plus. My record's 100% documented there. So if you want to complain about something, that's the place to complain about me. Over here, this is just I try and win every pick I give out, but of course, by the time we get to the show, a lot of these picks, these are just the leftovers. But pitching change in the Angels game, we got Berea up against Mike Minor in this one, and Berea was pretty good at the beginning of last year, and then he kind of tailed off later in the season, but he still was pretty good. Mike Minor has pitched pretty well this season as well. It's not to tell them to try it. But anyways, we'll go over this game and we'll just look at it real quick. So Mike Minor is the lefty, and the Angels are hitting just 170 against lefties this season. Berea, the righty, and the Rangers hitting 264 against righties. When we go into the bullpens, the Angels' bullpen is way better. I mean, the Texas bullpen, you want to talk about how bad Familia is. The Rangers' bullpen, 4.57 ERA. So I think the issue, though, that the Angels' bullpen has here with their 2.98 ERA is that I don't think they're going to be able to have the lead when they get it. So it's going to be a matter of holding them down. Mike Trout did play last night. He DH'd. Ohtani is still not playing for the Angels. I kind of like the Rangers in this one at home, so we'll take Mike Minor and the Texas Rangers minus 124. That's our second pick for today's show. Let's look at some of these comments. Not all of the T-shirts are gone, but I would say a lot of the sizes are gone at this point. So they're only going to premium members in the short term, and then we're going to come up with either some new shirts or we're going to do a reorder of shirts. We have to just make a decision on what we want to do with that. I have a couple ideas for kind of show shirts that we can give out versus, well, I think we should have show shirts. We have shirts for premium members, which would be these. And then show shirts, kind of like things that we talk about on the show, that might say some things like that. I like the Anti-Action Network. I think what they do there, their ideas, all that stuff is all okay, and seriously not great. I think it's okay stuff that they're doing there. I wouldn't pay for it personally, but if you guys do, that's your own thing. But I will not be onboarded. It's like we're a betting community that tries to win games, not onboard customers. And that's what how they talk about you guys. And so I'm not going to be onboarded. That's for damn sure. But I thought we should have something like that, things that we talk about on the show. But anyways, let's get to another free pick. Yeah, a lot of people have ideas for shirts. I just don't want to get too many of them. Like with picks and parlays, we had the bet, win, repeat shirts, and they just were not as popular as the regular picks and parlay shirts. So that's why I'm hesitant on those. But I think what we are going to do is run some contests where only the winners are going to get like a special shirt. Got the Blue Jays taking on the Twins. Sanchez up against Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson, he's been terrible so far this season. He's been lit up like a Christmas tree. 9.1 innings, 14 hits. 7.71 ERA. Can't look too much into the ERA at this point in the season, especially when it's on the high side. On the low side, it's usually something pretty impressive. Sanchez 1-1. The 1.69 ERA, it's only 1-2. And usually when you have a guy with a 1.69 ERA that's 1-2, what that means is he's facing off against the other team's best pitchers. And he's not getting the run support. The Blue Jays bats have been pretty terrible this season. And they're batting just 199 against righties. So something's got to give here. Is it Gibson's 7.71 ERA? Or is it the Blue Jays' 199 batting average against righties? Meanwhile, the Twins, they're hitting the cover off the ball. 259 against righties. 327 against lefties. But the Twins' bullpen is surprisingly terrible this season. I thought the Twins' bullpen was going to be really good. And maybe as we go, they will continue. They will become good. I don't care. I'm going to take the Blue Jays in this one, and we're getting about plus 130 on our money. That'll be our third pick for today's show. Of course, we do free picks on this show every single day. Our best bet's always in Sports Chat Experts. If you guys could hit the thumbs up, say you like us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, do all kinds of good stuff like that. Greatly appreciated. I'm going to look over on the Facebook page. I haven't looked over there for comments. Yeah, it is a nice day to win. Didn't win yesterday, so looking to bounce back. I think the Warriors game, we look at the games that, yesterday's games, and I rarely ever look back, but that Warriors game, that leaves a mark. I mean, they were covering the whole way, and they ended up losing the game outright. They were up by 20 points, and then lost outright at home. That was pretty awful. And I had the Warriors in that one. So, some of those were just, it's brutal. And the Mariners, I mean, they had the bases loaded how many times against the Indians? They had first and second with nobody out. And, I mean, not only did they not advance the runners or score a run, they never made contact with the baseball at all. 3 batters came to the plate. All 3 struck out. No one even put a ball into play. Yeah, Jeff bets after the game is over. I don't see that pick in our Facebook group. So, not sure why you're telling us what happened yesterday when the time to tell us was yesterday, right? You have a pick, the time to tell us is before the game starts, not after. Jeff, you like the Patriots to win the Super Bowl? I like the under in that one, too. Yeah, let's bet that one. So, Dustin is saying there was no notifications on YouTube today, so I don't have any control over that, but happens. No, I don't. Tom's asking if I make recommendations for first halves on NBA. No. The answer is no on that. I might bet them personally, but I don't give them out as picks. Yeah, I mean, anyone could tell you about, people ask, oh, what's wrong with posting winners and what's wrong with, talking about the games after they're over, about who we had. Because if you're going to talk about the one that you hit like that, then you need to tell us about all the losers too. It's like you're not a hero unless you have a documented record. It's like, I don't really understand. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, what's the point? Congratulations, you won. You're telling me, after the fact. We have plenty of people that post their picks before the game start. It's like, I congratulate them. There was someone in our Facebook group that said, I'm taking the Clippers money line here. There was someone in there. I don't remember who it was, but there certainly was a post. It said, call me crazy, but I'm taking the Clippers money line here. I'm getting 12-1 on my money or something crazy. Anyways, I like the A's here at home against the Astros. The Astros, they played really well in Seattle, had their way with them. The A's just 10-9 this season, 6-4 at home, but they're scrappy, and there's no way they're going to get swept by the Astros at home. That's for sure. Estrada's pitched pretty well. McHugh has pitched better. That's for sure. But the A's, like I said, are home, and I like a good home dog. We're getting the A's at plus 145. I know they don't get gigantic crowds in Oakland, but at plus 145, I can't lay off of it. Yeah, going back to the comment about the posting the winners and stuff. It's going back to the post about the winners and stuff like that. The sportsbook floor is littered with losing tickets. And if you ever sit down in a seat at a sportsbook, there's tons of tickets that somebody left behind. So just because you hit a win, I don't understand the point. It's like, what are you trying to tell us, that you won and congratulations, we all won? Or I don't know. I guess if I understood the point, because for me it's like, as soon as the game is over, I'm already looking to the next game. That once I've made my bet on a game, basically the outcome is the outcome, and there's nothing I can do about it at that point. I'm already looking at tomorrow's games. I'm already looking at tomorrow's matchups. I put today's bets in, that I'm going to bet. Those are the premium picks. I don't think any of these games I'll be betting unless I can talk myself into it. Maybe that A's pick I'll bet. But I'm already looking at tomorrow's matchups because my bets are in for today. These are the games. It's like there's nothing I can do about it. I'll look at my, if the situation permits, you guys know I watch as many games as I possibly can. But, if I miss it, I miss it. And it's not that big of a deal to me. It's, it's about, once I've made the bet, there's nothing I do. So telling me about one that won, just like people will tell me about ones that I lost on the show or dog of the day picks that I lost, I don't even know, because it's like I'm so far beyond that. And then everything that's going on with the site, that's a whole nother story. So I got an email yesterday from a guy from a competing site that we talk about on here in a positive light, a lot. And, we're considering doing some sort of joint venture. We just need to find the common ground. And I think you guys would really like it. I think they do some things better than we do, and I think we do some things better than they do. So I think it's a natural fit. It's just it's in the business. It's always tough. I like the Mariners here to bounce back against the Indians. I know Bieber's been on fire, but baby, I'm going to take the Mariners here. We're getting them as a home dog. They left runners all over the base pass last night. They have been slumping since that hot start. Remember, they only had 2 losses to start the season. Now 13-6. They got swept at home by the Astros. Then they lost game 1 against the Indians. And like I said, this game against the Indians was not a game where they never had their chances and just nothing clicked. They had tons of chances and they just couldn't even get it. They couldn't get it done all the way down to the in the bottom of the 8th inning. They hit a long fly ball and the Indians made an amazing defensive play, but it wasn't even that play. It was like all the other times when they had runners on the base and just couldn't even get a hit. I don't know. I think the Mariners bounce back here. Mike Leake will take them at even money. Do one more baseball pick, and then let's take a look at some of these NBA matchups after last night's debacle for me. And I don't know. I also, the thing is that the first game I had the Nets, and they were in it, right? It was every time, and all of a sudden they get blown out of the building. And then, the next game, the Warriors are blowing them out of the building, and I end up losing that game. Just sucks sometimes, right? Sometimes you're just like, why the hell do I do this shit, right? Oh, man. And then, here we are the next day. We do it because we love it, right? And generally, we do okay at it. So, I'm getting back on the White Sox here. We got one of those rare Lopez versus Lopez matchups. We got Ronaldo Lopez for the White Sox and Jorge Lopez for the Royals. I just can't keep, it's like, I understand that neither of these teams are any good. The White Sox 6-9 this season. The Royals 5-11. The White Sox just 2-5 at home. The Royals 0-4 on the road. But you give me Lopez versus Lopez, I'm in. So I'm going to take the White Sox here because they're my favorite team. I don't care. I got no explanation. Those of you that are seriously betting on my tips or whatever, you can cross this one off the list if you want. I don't care. I'm taking the White Sox. It's Lopez versus Lopez, and I'm betting it. And let's go to the NBA. I'm going to get 10 emails about that comment that I just made, too, saying how I'm not serious and all this. Yeah, that Nets game was ridiculous, and the Warriors was worse. The Warriors were worse. And you guys can hear the beeping of all the emails already coming through. But let's go to the NBA, see what's going on over here. Well, we know what's going on. The Magic against the Raptors. And the first game went under between these two. I have a premium pick on the side, so the pick's going to have to be on the total here. Meanwhile, the Raptors' offense is averaging 114 points a game, defensively allowing 108, while the Magic are allowing 106. So, we're at 214 there. We're at 221 when you look offensively. So everything points to an over in this thing, but the under has come in 4-1 the last 5 times these two teams have met. The last game was under, but it wasn't that far under. The under was 212. The game was 205. It wasn't like the Celtics game, right, where they scored 43 points the whole game. I just think that, Boogie Cousins out for the playoffs. I have no sympathy for them. It's like you have 2 MVPs on your roster. You have no excuses. None. I don't care about the lack of depth. I don't care about any of those things. You have 2 MVPs in the roster. You have how many All-Stars? I mean, I don't care. You don't blow a 20-point lead because Boogie Cousins, who wasn't even on the team, you won 4 championships without, or whatever, made it to the NBA Final 4 times without this guy. He gets injured, and now it's an excuse why you blow a 20-point lead at home to the Clippers. You gotta be kidding me. I'm taking the over in this game. I think it's going to be a deliberate pace, and I think that we're going to have to sweat it out. But I like over 211.5 in the Raptors Magic game. We'll do one more pick because we already did the other one on our Dog of the Day video. So we're going to go to the Portland game against OKC. Man, the line in this one has dropped. Portland was 2.5. Now they're -1. A lot of action here on the Thunder. And the total at 223. A lot of people looking for this one to go over. Meanwhile, Russell Westbrook is dinged up. Paul George dinged up. And, of course, the Blazers just the one big injury. And, it's a big one. We know that. But they definitely were playing the better basketball at the end of the season. I like the under in this one. I think it's just getting a little bit too high at 223. So we'll go under 223 in the Blazers Thunder game. Anyways, we're here every day. We do free picks. Some days are better than others, that's for sure. We've gone on some incredible runs with the free picks, but in the last 2 days, no bueno at all. I've been absolute garbage. I'll be the first one to say it. You don't need to say it for me. You don't need to throw salt in the wound. Believe me, I don't. Whether it's free picks or premium picks, if I don't win them, I'm not happy about it. Especially the ones that I bet. But anyways, if you guys can hit the thumbs up, greatly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And YouTube is the preferred way to watch our show, and that's because you can get those notifications. And it just seems that when I'm traveling or whatever, if I can only do the show one way, it's always going to be YouTube. But anyways, let's recap. I took the over 8 in the Marlins-Cubs game. We took the Rangers -124, the Blue Jays +130, the A's +145. I like that the best of any of the picks on this show is the A's +145. People ask me, which of these picks do you like the best? A's +145. That's the one I like the best. Mariners +100. White Sox -120. People always ask me, too, do you like the run line or do you like it straight up? I'm pretty much telling you how I like it right here. I don't know. And I do this every day, right? We haven't changed this since we've been doing the live show, but I don't know, people ask all the time. Over 211.5 in the, that was the Raptors game against the Magic. And I like the under in the Blazers Thunder game just because everyone's pushing it to the over. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. That was so weak. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.